What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Today, ladies and gentlemen, I am doing something a little bit different. Yes, it is still a rankings, kind of like usual, but I have a different format for this, and it's going to be a little different ranking than something you're used to. So today, I'm going to be ranking every AAT or alternate ammo type in Black Ops 3 whenever you double pack-a-punch your weapon. Now, I'm going to go out on a limb here and say most of you guys know what they are, or most of you guys know what they do. But for those of you who don't, AATs are the alternate ammo type that you get in Black Ops 3 or Cold War. Whenever you double pack-a-punch a weapon, and in Black Ops 4, you double pack-a-punch a weapon, you get turned, fireworks, Deadwire, Thunderwall, Blast Furnace, stuff like that. If you're in Cold War, Cryo Freeze, Napalm Burst, so on and so forth. But today in Black Ops 3, I'm going to be ranking my personal least/worst to my personal best, the best one, I think. Now, the reason I say the format is going to be a little bit different, I have three key categories that are going to play in how I rank these. The first one is going to be hindrance. Are any of these just a hinder at a high or lower round, or do they have any negatives that slow down the benefits or plus size to these double packs? Number two here is going to go to activation rate. How frequent does it activate, and how many kills does it get per? Now, can it kill a whole train? Can it kill one zombie? Does it kill 15? Does it kill 100? How many times or how many kills do you get per one activation, and how long does it take to reactivate? And lastly, number three is going to be versatility. How good is it when it comes to camping? How good is it when it comes into training? And how, in all, effective is it at both? Now, I'm going to be giving you guys these in order of the ones I think is the worst in order to the ones I think is the best. I'm going to give you a rundown on all three little categories and how I feel about them, what they are, some facts, some stuff like that, and just really try to break down in pretty good detail how I feel about these. Now, if you guys like this little change up in formatting a little bit different, the way I have it on my screen is a lot more organized and just easier to read. But with all that being said, I'm going to go ahead and start this list. Coming in at number 5, the worst one in the game is going to have to go to Thunderwall. Now, this is probably not a shocker to many people. Thunderwall is not good, but what Thunderwall does is it gives a weapon a chance to blast zombies in a small group. It blasts them away, similar to like a Thundergun shot, but not exactly. It's a lot worse. Now, for Thunderwall, the activation and kill amount. So the activation rate is about a 15-second recharge, so pretty average. I'd say 15 is about the average amount. And really, it doesn't kill a whole lot. I'm going to say it kills 1 to 4 per use, which that would be every 15 seconds. Now, when it comes to that, compared to all the other ones, 15-second charge, again, not that bad, but the kills super low, especially compared to some of these other ones that can potentially take out full trains. Thunderwall just can't do that. Now, the biggest hinder/con to having Thunderwall is the killing power. Again, it just doesn't kill a lot. I would say that is the biggest downside to it. Activation, normal. Killing power, not high. Doesn't really do a whole lot. And lastly, is it versatile? Can you camp with it? Can you train with it? Can you do both? Well, in my opinion, the best option for using Thunderwall is going to have to be camping. I think training, it just doesn't do enough. There's a lot better ones for training, and there is better ones for camping. But if I had to pick, I would say camping, but I wouldn't say it is a versatile AAT. So that is why Thunderwall is going to come in last. Coming in at number 4 is going to have to go to Turned. Now, I personally do like Turned. It's not my favorite, but I do enjoy it for the most part. Now, what Turned does is it changes a zombie that it hits, or when it activates and it hits a zombie, it turns them, and that zombie then becomes your ally. He fights for you, kinda just like a companion in other games, anything like that. He basically is just on your side and goes around and kills other zombies. So, activation and kill amount for Turned. The activation is a little bit on the longer side at 15 up to 20 seconds to recharge. And the kills per, I couldn't find a definitive number, and I couldn't really tell for myself if there was a definitive number. but I think anywhere from 1 to 15 is a pretty safe amount for turned whenever you do use it. Now, the biggest hinder slash con to turned, in my opinion, is going to be what I like to call the killing range. And what I mean by that is it only affects one zombie in a horde, and that one zombie then has to do everything himself. Run into them and hit them and kill them just like that. Now the other zombies, they don't seek it out. It's not that they're avoiding it, they just don't even acknowledge it. So it has to run into the other zombies and kill them. So that's where I think the killing range comes into play. It can get a very low amount of kills, or it could get a pretty okay amount of kills. Lastly, is it versatile? Well, when it comes to training and camping, I think it kind of works for both. I went ahead and put that down on this one. Camping more than training. Now, when you're camping, you and your buddies have on turned. Let's say you're on the catwalk. It can actually do really good. It can kind of block the zombies. The zombies do, if they run into it, it will kind of bounce off them, so on and so forth. So it can slow them down. I feel like if you're camping, it's not bad for maybe that, clogging it up a little bit, just getting a bunch of extra kills for you, kind of getting in the way, being a little disruptor a little bit. So I think for that, it is fine. Now, when you're training, I'm not saying it's bad for that because it does run around and kill them. Maybe it throws off your train a little bit. I don't really see how that could be happening. I don't really come across with any issues with it while training, but nonetheless, I think it's better for camping. All in all, turned is nice. It's cool. It's chill. I don't mind it, but it is going to come in at number 4. Next up on this list is going to be number 3, and that is going to go to fireworks. Now, fireworks is one of the most pleasing ones based on how it looks. I think it looks really nice when it activates. But what it does is it allows the weapon to shoot a bullet at it. When it affects a zombie, let's just say this. When it affects a zombie, it shoots out fireworks from its body. So kind of like a model of a gun will pop up and it spins around in the direction where the zombies are at and it shoots them. And it sounds like fireworks, looks like fireworks, and it kills a big array of zombies. So fireworks, the activation and kill amount. The recharge, again, a little bit on the technical longer side at 15 to 20 seconds, but it does kill a numerous amount. It can kill a small amount or it can kill a large amount. It really just depends on how many zombies are around it. However many zombies are around it kind of dictate how many it kills. If you have a full horde and you shoot fireworks, it is going to do pretty well. If you are camping in a room and they're coming from 3 or 4 barriers, it can take out a few. But if you're in a weird situation where you don't have a lot of zombies, this and that, it probably won't kill that many. Now, the biggest hindrance and con of this, I really couldn't find a good one. I think it's all around pretty solid. I don't like the recharge time on it. It could be a little bit quicker, but I still feel like it activates enough, and it does enough. Going straight into point C, it goes kind of hand in hand because the versatility. Camping, it is really efficient, really good. Let's just say for, again, example, the catwalk. You're using that, it's going to be really good. In other camp spots, I'm sure it works well, especially with friends. Now, you can use it while training and take out hordes with it. Probably not full hordes, but you can still take out a lot with it, which is really good. All in all, I really like fireworks. Super aesthetically pleasing, super nice. Number 3. Now, number 1 and 2 on this list, I gave a little bit of an extra reasoning on why they are where they at. Unlike the other ones, some of you guys have probably noticed, there's a couple specific things that I haven't mentioned about these other ones that I'm going to mention about these first 2. And that's for no real reason in particular, but to highlight these top 2. So, coming in at number 2, it's going to have to go to Blast Furnace. Now, for the longest time, I was a Blast Furnace hater with all my heart. But I've really come to understand and realize Blast Furnace is still really good. Even though it's not like it used to be, it's still good. So Blast Furnace, what it does is it gives the weapon, the ammo to shoot, and when it hits a zombie, it bursts into flames. Not just that one zombie, any of them that are near it. Now, it does take a slight second for it to activate. They'll be on fire for 1, 2, maybe 3 seconds, and then it kills them. So the activation and kill rate, it takes a 15-second recharge, which is a little strange because personally, I feel like it doesn't activate that often. I feel like it does take longer than 15 seconds, but that's just what my facts are saying. So there's that. And the kills it actually can kill as many as there is. It can take out full trains. It can take out 1. It can take out 15. It can take out a lot. So that is one reason in specific that it is really good. Now, the biggest hindrance or con of this one, again, is going to have to go to the recharge rate. It just feels really long, dude. It does. And I'm not sure if that's just me or what, but I feel like it doesn't recharge all that fast. Now, how versatile is it? Can you train? Can you camp? What do you recommend? I would say training only. So versatility, it's not the most versatile. You can't really camp with it. I mean, you can, but it is a lot better in training scenarios. If you're going to be camping, I recommend Turned and Fireworks. If you're going to be training, I recommend Blast Furnace. Two more really big, cool things I love about Blast Furnace is, one, it kills forever. Obviously, that's super good. You can use it till around 255. And you have the potential to get drops from it. Unlike some of these other ones, you can't really get drops from it, which sucks. Some of these recharge specialists, some of these don't, so that is another thing. But Blast Furnace is really good for that, especially because you can get drops. Now, coming in at number 1 on this list, to no one's surprise, is going to have to go to Deadwire. Now, Deadwire is majority's favorite, and what it does is it allows the weapon to fire an electric bullet, and it kind of just shocks the zombies in an area. So the activation and kill amount for Deadwire, the activation rate, I don't know exactly, but it is very, very often. Very often. I wouldn't say it's a 15-second recharge or anything like that. I don't know the specifics, but if you know Deadwire, you know the recharge is extraordinarily fast compared to the others. Now, when it comes to the kill amount, it kills, I would say, anywhere from 1 to maybe 8 or 9 every time you use it. And if you pair that up with how often you get it, it actually kills a lot. Now, the big thing with Deadwire that is unfortunate, the hindrance and con, is going to have to be you don't get drops, and it doesn't charge your special, which makes sense because it does activate and kill so often. If it did, it would be overpowered. But the fact that it doesn't give you drops or charge your special is really unfortunate. Now, going into how versatile is it, I'm going to have to say it's very versatile. You can train and you can camp with it simply due to the fact the activation rate is so high. I would say I would lean more towards training than camping, because you can take out whole hordes with it. Not at once, but let's say you shoot the horde, kill a little bit, basically just like reload your gun right there, shoot a couple more bullets, boom, you're going to activate it. And you can take out whole trains pretty quickly with it. Especially if you're wall weapon, infinite ammo, you're good forever, basically. And two of the little facts I like about this one, others over some of the other ones, is going to be it does kill forever. Yet again, really solid, really good. Whereas something like Turned kind of really falls off on the higher rounds, in my opinion. And secondly, it is the one that is more than likely to save you, just simply to the fact of its activation rate is so high. If you get cornered and you happen to not have your wonder weapon out and you have a gun with Deadwire, you can panic shoot shots and get an activation. If not 2, by the time you're dead, turn off your shield, hit them, and like flat, whoop, 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 what am I trying to say? Flick the screen around, boom, hit them. I mean, it's pretty good. It activates enough to where I think it is most likely to save you. All in all, Deadwire is number 1. It's the best. Now, that is going to be it for this rankings. To run back to it, number 5, Turned, 4, Thunderwall, 3, Fireworks, 2, Blast Furnace, 1, Deadwire. Those are my official rankings. I know this ended up being a little bit longer than it could have, but I wanted it to go a little bit more in depth, and I really hope you guys like the breakdown of them in this one. And if you did, feel free to leave a like on the video, a comment to let me know how you feel about them down below. And yeah, that is going to be it. And I will see you guys in the next video. Peace out.